I've learned you always got to pick up your strings or you'll find them all year. You don't have a scare. You guys are all going to get enough, all right? Relax. This little escape artist is a object lesson for me in not oversimplifying my plans, because she's a fence jumper and she's a an escape artist. She actually got out of this corral. She was able to squeeze through right here. This is just a piece of old poly. It's not connected. When I was using just the chain and the hook. So I ended up having to open my head gate and then tie a bail string, and she still tried to squeeze through there. But what I mean by oversimplifying is I said, well, it's fine. I'll just eat fence jumpers. But it never occurred to me, well, what if they start jumping fence when they're a month away from lambing? So I have a bit of a predicament. I don't really want her or her lambs, but I also don't want to eat her because she's got new life growing in her. So now I have a sheep that I'm trying to sell, but I got to tell the person it's a fence jumper. So it's a hell of a dilemma. And it never occurred to me when I was like setting out, oh, what will I do in such and such a time, to consider, a fence jumper that develops at this point in the game. So, I put her up for sale, and maybe somebody with, that does it more traditionally in a barn or with woven wire or something can use her. But for me and my one wire setup, I don't need her, so interesting stuff. So I've had a few people ask me about updates on the dogs and what I'm doing with them. So first of all, somebody asked me, why is this dog on a drag? What's the purpose of it? Well, one thing to remind everyone is this dog is, I guess he'd be 10 months old. He's not exactly a young guy or an old guy, so he's full of that teenage piss and vinegar. And so what can happen with these teenage dogs is he'll see a bird and lose his mind, or the other one was encouraging him to run off. And so the drag just slows them down a bit so they, get a chance to see the fence. So that's really what that drag's about. It's just so they can stop and make a better decision. And then update on the other two dogs. They're doing fine. They're over with my chickens back by the house. The old dog is going to be a chicken dog permanently. I'm kind of done with her nervous nature. There you can hear him barking right now. But so he's been off the drag again. Every time he runs off, which doesn't happen too often, I put him on the drag, and these dogs are so smart. They understand that if he misbehaves or doesn't stay on the sheep, all right, dude, all right. If he misbehaves or doesn't stay on the sheep, that he's gonna go back on the drag. So he was very good last night. We were out having a fire, and we heard coyotes start howling, and his deep bass bark, but he never left the sheep. He stayed right on them, and he's really turning into something special, which is why I'm not swapping the white dog back out here. Is I don't want to ruin the forward progress we've made with him by taking him out of the flock, and I don't really trust the two of them together. And so that's just kind of the nature of the game. This is my first year with guard dogs, so I'm learning probably as much as anybody else is. Luckily, I have some guys that I can ask questions to. Like I asked a few questions to Greg, Judy, and George. Heller's been a sounding board for me occasionally, and I just had to realize they're puppies. They're going to make mistakes, and just give him time. But he's really turning into a beaut. He doesn't leave the sheep, and he's a winner. All right, dude, I got a goose egg for you. Our goose laid an egg, and we don't want to eat it, so Bob's going to get an egg about the size of my fist. Pretty cool. All right. You want an egg? Look at the size of this egg, guys. This is a goose egg. All right, let's see if we can... There you go.